Well, hello there, my delicious friends. I hope you're all doing bloody well, and welcome to another episode of Draw with Mikey, episode 41. Yay, welcome back. For those of you not in the know, this is the super casual, swear-wordy, spoiler alerty, whatever kind of midweek series that we do. Sometimes a Wednesday, or because I'm late right now, sometimes a Thursday. I draw whatever in the sketchbook, and you guys can crack on and do whatever it is you do with your own projects and artwork at home. And, I just get to catch up on your comments. So, of course, if you have something to say to me, get in the comments section below, and I'll read through it next time round. Doesn't have to be art-based, it could be anything. This is like, the chill-out, catch-up type thing. You get the point. So, what is going on with your comments? Well, firstly, I've obviously set up my microphone. You've probably noticed already that there's different thumbnails, like I'm trying to reformat at the moment because a guy from YouTube kindly had a web meeting with me and said, make your thumbnails more interesting, you freaking idiot. And I was like, oh, okay. So maybe there's a new intro. It depends if I've made it in time after recording this. So I've sat down, set up the microphone, got myself a delicious cup of coffee. There we go. Proof. Not that you need it. And kind of just opened up all of the comments section like I do so I can scroll through it during this episode and read as many as possible. I always read all of them. Reading out loud and getting through all of them is a little bit difficult, so it tends to be most of the comments these days. But the first thing that's sitting right at the top that I've seen just before I've started recording is King of Dongles. He says, remember that hentai comic I drew for that girl's birthday back in October? She's been my girlfriend since November. What the fuck, bro? So it's got like 28 likes, all well deserved. So this is fucking blowing my mind. I'm just taking this in. This dude, I can't even remember when it is. So like ages and ages ago, obviously October by the looks of it, in a DWM, you kindly mentioned that you were drawing up some hentai pornography to give to a girl for her birthday. And that blew my mind. Oh, fucking hell, it's really windy outside. I don't know if you can hear any of those noises. But like Storm Doris is here. It's fucking windy in the UK. But like, yeah, it fucking blew my mind. And I definitely interpreted that as not a very good idea to pursue. But shit the bed, sirs. It appears that that bird is now dating you. By bird, obviously, I mean your girlfriend. I give her full respect as a human being. But let's look into these comments. It's fucking mental. So, pics or it didn't happen, and you link to your Instagram profile where there is visual proof of both yourself, sir, and a lovely lass around your neck. My goodness. That's fucking so good. I mean, congratulations, bro. Like, I'm so pleased for you. But you fucking blow my mind. Like, when you get, because I'm like in my 30s, and you kind of get a bit jaded as you grow older, like you kind of seen it all and the world can't surprise you anymore. This is a genuine treat. It's such pleasant news. I'm very pleased for you. So, oh man, fucking hell. Just get those ladies in by just sending them explicit imagery that you've drawn. Note to self, draw more pornography. So I feel like we just need to take a moment to basically take off our hats and salute you, sir, or just let it sink in for a moment that you basically hooked up with your girlfriend after you'd made her some pornographic imagery. I don't know what to say. My mind is blown. I am very, very impressed. So, onwards and upwards from there, society. Bloody hell. What a world. So, like, in the last episode, I asked you guys just a very standard espresso questione of just, what do you guys tend to draw, like, by default? It's not when you're running out of ideas to draw. You don't even have to be particularly bored, but, like, the most common go-to thing that you draw when your mind's on for a wonder. So, if I start saying random adjectives and items and things like that, it's probably me just reading your answers to that question. Bill Overbeck says, you remind me a lot of Mark Crilly, a happy, jolly guy drawing. Yeah, mate. I'm fucking well jolly when I come across incredible life news like that. But I hope you guys are getting on well as well when you're doing your own things at home. And trust me, I'm nothing like Mark Crilly, simply because Mark Crilly is fucking amazing. That dude is absolutely up there. I mean, I'm very, very proud to be compared in any way. But yeah, cheers, bro. And Briver says, I always draw medieval things. It's an addiction. Welcome to the club, says Steel Charge. Yeah, so armour and stuff and ting is always a nice thing to get into drawing. I do like a bit of armour. The Energetic Turtle says, I mostly draw faces. Just because I suck at it, I want to do full body, but that's hard as well. And then Michael Martin says, the best way is just to dive right into it. Don't expect perfection on the first 100 tries, but as long as you're gaining that experience, you'll definitely level up. Hashtag nerd shit. Yeah, if you add the word levelling up to anyone who just has to slog through a lot of hard work to get better, it suddenly becomes more interesting to do. And in fact, I always default to night helmets. Is that, says Steel Charge, is that like a metaphor for something else? You drawing them helmets again, Steel Charge? No, don't come in! Zappy Zor says, I default to robots because they're just so flexible. Sorry, my mind's still on... My mind's still on King of Dongles dating a girl for explicit imagery, so now my mind's like in a really bad place. Do like them flexible robots. They're my favourite. You can do anything with them. Want a massive arm? Draw a robot. Small head, long body? Draw a robot. Yes. I'm sorry. Fuck. Oh, fuck. I fucked it up. I fucked up the DWM already. I'm sort of having a little breakdown. Brilliant. Fucking hell. Amidaru Batusai, come on, I've got to keep it level. So, I really enjoy your female anime tutorials, he says. Thank you very much, sir. But could you do some for men, stroke boys, just basic proportions and whatnot? Yes, I can. Just going to have a nice big sip of coffee. I've got... Obviously, we're a little bit held back. Oh my god! Yeah, so guys, I didn't announce a winner to the My Art Your Design competition last weekend. Last weekend got crazy hectic. I make that excuse all the time, but I promise you it's true. So, obviously, there's going to be one this weekend, and then obviously there's still 2 more, and then I've got to do stuff for my patrons on Patreon, which means that we're going to kind of inch into next month. Oh, and then I've got to go skiing as well, so there's going to be a week off. Do bear with me. Going to go inching into next month, and then, yeah, the tutorials are back on. There are 3 or 4. Let me get my head around this. It's kind of 4 really to get it correct. There's 4 particular more female themed tutorials I just want to get out the way, and it kind of rounds off the set, and then we're going to dive into the men. This has obviously been the game plan for 2017, but it's always like an intention, and then like life kind of, you know, curves it into reality, but the intention is there. We're still heading in the right direction. Carol Mick says you should do old art compared to new art, and somebody else actually said that in the last episode as well. So I think, what did I say to that? Something like, if we get up to 100,000 subscribers, then like I'll do like a thank you video and show some really old artwork or art from when I first started and compare it. Something like that. Not looking forward to doing that. Old artwork is cringe. And in fact, you guys probably notice this as well, right? In that if you're really keeping up the drawing, you might draw something and be really satisfied with it, and then it only takes, say, 3 or 4 months of doing loads more drawing, and you go back to that art and you're suddenly like really unimpressed, and you don't have to spend too much time to grow enough levels to look back and see a notable difference straight away. You kind of fall in love with your art, and then as you kind of go up to the next step, you kind of reject it almost. It's really weird. But yeah, you can constantly kind of see your results of your skills when it comes to art. It's very rewarding in that manner. Stefan Stuff says, awesome, thank you very much, sir. And Kunjam Virani says, I miss your work live. Yeah, the first 10 episodes of this series, maybe I did it live and it was like a casual thing. And if I get like an internet connection that isn't bullshit sorted out, then yeah, I'm sure I'll be doing streaming drawing and streaming video games one day down the future. So it's not a completely closed avenue. It just is with my current internet setup. And Wild Devon says, I agree, but it's so you can read more comments. It is indeed. So right now, obviously, you can see that I've just been doing some work in a sketchbook. Oh, and by the way, this is going to be a lot of bitching and stuff. I've just got back from work, so I'm like straight in the door, and I'm just like, right, let's quickly record this, because then I've got to go off and watch some films at the cinema for the other channel to do some reviews. So just to fit in everything, like life is just jam-packed. I usually have to, don't tell anyone by the way, I usually have to like book a day off work as holiday, like every 1 or 2 weeks, just to fit in all the other stuff I'm trying to get done with my life. And if I can't do that because I'm running out of holiday, then it means throughout the week, I usually just have to miss a night's sleep and then just work solid, like doing YouTube stuff and like art commissions and things right through to the morning. So yesterday after work, came back, like had a little power nap and then just worked solid through the night. And during that period of time, I also filled up the sketchbook for this particular episode and worked all the way through to morning and then went back to work. I've just come back from that day at work, so like my mind's in a weird place and I might fall asleep in the cinema tonight. So if you see me do a film review for, God, I can't even remember what I'm going to watch. Ken booked me in. But if you see me do a film review and basically it sounds like I'm making it up, it's probably because I was asleep in the cinema. So do forgive me. What the hell was I getting at? I've completely forgotten already. Oh yeah, so basically, in the sketchbook right now, we're going to come round to back to this comment. Don't worry, we're on a journey. I'm doing like some Judge Dredd sketches, and this is really weird because like I really like am aware of 2000 AD comics, and I really appreciate them, and they've got a really particular style which is delicious. But when I was a kid, oddly enough, it wasn't Judge Dredd I got into. It was the ABC Bots or ABC Warriors spin-off. So it was all the different types of robots were used during the different wars and what they get up to. Because I just fucking, exactly like you were saying in some earlier comments, just fucking absolutely like hardcore vibed all those cool different robot designs. And there was a really cool sniper one and a general one. So I got into that. So that was my main 2000 AD comic that I always used to have around. In fact, okay, let's go off piece really quickly. I must still have this. Must still have it. If I can't see it, here we go. So get yourselves, welcome back, get yourselves on Google, everybody, if you can. And it's 2000 AD ABC Warriors, written by Pat Mills and Tony Skinner, illustrated by Kevin Walker. So this Kevin Walker, my God, this is a man of talent. And it's Chronicles of Chaos and Hellbringer. And it's like the ABC Warriors from the Judge Dredd universe, just getting up to their own adventures and stuff. And I used to just love this artwork. But outside of that, other than Judge Dredd's, like the Dredd movie and the Judge Dredd film before that, I am the law! I've never really known too much about the Judge Dredd universe. I know there's a Judge Anderson, I know there's a Judge Death from an alternative universe and all that sort of stuff. But it's 2000 AD Comics' 40th anniversary this year. And I think they celebrated it like maybe just earlier this week or something like that. And another artist I'm friends with on Facebook just kind of did a post about that. And I was like, wow, because I always loved how Judge Dredd's design was and how grim it was and how it had this old school comic vibe to it. So I thought I'd just get on Pinterest as ever and just start sketching up some different Judge Dredds or getting a feel for it. As ever in Sketchbook, when I start off, my hand's like really tight and my drawing style's really tight and horrible. So you always have to sketch a few things to kind of loosen up, and then it kind of loosens out as we get on. So that's what's going on in the Sketchbook 2000 AD stuff. And to get back to what we were talking about, I get the sketching out of the way beforehand these days because I'm usually just chilling out doing what I want in there anyway. Sometimes the sketchbooks might have some good drawings in there, and quite often they'll just have some ideas that I wanted to get out of my brain, or just some crap sketches because I'm not in the mood to draw, because that's what a sketchbook is for. It's like the full spectrum, so to speak. So I get that out the way, and then I record the audio whilst reading your comments because I get to read loads more of your comments this way, instead of trying to do half and half, in which case I barely read any. So that's what's going on there, and that's why it's not live anymore. I hope that all makes sense. Kind of went on a bit of a random tangent. Let's read your comments. Ripperoo92 says, "Hey Mikey, been a while. Hello there. School is a drag. Do you ever watch Power Rangers when you were younger? If so, what was your favourite music opening? My favourites are Mighty Morphin Zeo, Lightspeed Rescue, Time Force, Wild Force SPD, and Ninja Storm." Oh my god. So yeah, I know about Power Rangers, and yeah, they were on when I was a kid, and I was really into the oh god, I forget what they're called, but basically not the actors. The people who actually wear the suits and the helmets are all like film and TV like mixed martial art fight choreography people who are basically a bunch of incredibly skilled gymnasts and stuff. And they make their own amateur choreography fight movies as well on the side. So they were like really cool. And I used to kind of watch it for that. But I grew out of that very quickly. It was not a thing I stuck with personally. So like it never had like a place in my heart the way, say, Thundercats does and stuff like that. So I don't know any of the opening songs. I'm really sorry. But that's a lot of them. If I had to pick, Ninja Storm sounds cool. Actually, is Ninja Storm like Lego? Isn't that a Lego thing now? Lego Ninja Storm. Let's go for Lightspeed Rescue instead, because it's quick. Nice. Ricky Humvia says, "Draw Anku from Naruto." Oh, by the way, Ripperoo, which is your favourite? Tell me. And Lucy Hartfilia says, "Hi everyone, I'm starting a drawing channel. Go sub, please. And for the random person reading this, remember you're awesome." Oh, well, Lucy Hardfeeler, I think I might be awesome as a random person reading this. Thanks for promoting yourself on my channel. Good luck. Alex Garcia says, Mikey, so I want to start a channel about drawing videos, but I talk and draw about certain games. Any tips for starting one? Any teeps? I don't know why I said that weird. Let's have a little sip of coffee. You can tell I'm all like messed up mentally, A, because of the news from that first comment, and B, because I have not been sleeping. Let's have a sip. A professional channel would edit out the bits where I drink my coffee, but that's not what's going on here. Any tips? Yeah, man. This sounds crazy, and it sounds really self-promotory, but I made a video that was like 5 tips to get your first 100 subscribers or something like that. It was a really general video, but the bits that I say in there were so obvious that people weren't doing, and one of them is make some videos. If you want to start a channel, dude, about drawing videos and you talk and you draw certain games, then get yourself like your phone out or a camera if you've got one, stick it facing your sketch pad, make sure the audio is not awful, and then start drawing and talking. Do it, record it, upload it, and just upload it and get it out of the way. It's never going to be perfect. To make the next one slightly better and then make the next one slightly better and so on and keep evolving it. So do it, dude. Make some videos. That's the only tip. When people say, I want to start stuff on YouTube and make YouTube videos, any advice? Yeah, do it. That's my advice. Don't wait for it to be perfect. Don't worry, man. Just make a video and get it up there and get used to the process and the system and all the annoying little things that YouTube does to make it slightly more difficult than you ever thought it would be. Swag Hunter Rorono Azora says, how to draw someone upside down as if they were laying on the ground. That was a statement, but I'm assuming it's a request for future tutorials, so we will get to that. And Zatra says, hello Mikey, hello Zatra. I tend to draw eyes when I don't really have a specific drawing in mind. Yes, really common, dude. People who tend to draw faces tend to start with the eyes as well, so that's always a point. Mostly because I'm good at eyes and I'm not really happy with my level of skill with drawing much else. I love a relaxing trance I get into whilst drawing. Yeah, I know you, mate. I feel that. And I feel like I'll continue to draw and improve. Very good. Love the DWMs and I'm looking forward to the next one. Well, welcome. This is the next one right now, so welcome. And I'm looking at your avatar, Zatra. I can't quite make it out, but is your avatar a picture of Colin Mockery from Whose Line Is It Anyway? Because if it is, respect. Skuldrick Pack says, can you do a tutorial on how to draw swirling air from a drill? Oh, yeah, we could get into something like that. After I've got my... trust me, like, it sounds like I'm just randomly just doing stuff, which, actually, no, that's true, it is pretty random. But in the back of my head, there's like this long-term game plan of various tutorials to do. And after we do some of the guys, we're going to get into gestures, framing, special powers, all sorts of stuff. And air powers are going to be part of that. That's going to be quite far down the line. I really need to just get cracking. Need to take my own advice and make some videos, don't I? Aaron Aox says, Aaron Ox? Aux. Aaron. Hey Mikey. Hello Aaron. Do you ever watch the anime 7 Deadly Sins on Netflix? It's pretty good. The intro song is horrible. Also Claymore. Watch the anime if you can. It's actually better than the manga except for the filler episodes. Right. So 7 Deadly Sins. Nanatsu no Taisai? Something like that. Yeah, I watched that anime right up to the end of, I guess, the first arc where he saves the princess and you realise, spoiler alert, that the knight who has the electric special powers who you thought was a prick was actually an absolute bro all along, but had to pretend to be a bad guy because there was these demons that you couldn't see there the whole time. Really enjoyed that. I really liked it. I like, it was ever so slightly subversive with a few of the tropes. I like the character designs. It's a little bit uneven in its rhythm. I remember the bits where they're just getting the characters together and sometimes it's less interesting than others. But overall, I felt very positive towards that anime compared to a lot of others I'd watched around that time. So yeah, I generally recommend that. I did start reading the manga afterwards, right up to the point where all of the other original sins or something like that get released from their other world or something. And then I just kind of realised that I had to go do some other stuff. So I went out of it from there, whatever story arc that is, Aaron. But is it worth continuing with? Let me know. And Claymore. I have read the first few episodes of the Claymore manga simply because, and I do apologise, I should know whoever it is named by now, simply because there is somebody who posts on almost every one of my videos that they want a Claymore tutorial or SAS or how to draw thing. So because I do obviously read these comments, obviously I can never really answer all of them, there's too many, that's why we do this episode here. I've definitely made a note of it. So now I try to read the manga when I can, so that I can get a feel for the characters, so I can eventually do a Claymore thing in the future. But if it's actually much better to watch the anime, if you reckon it's better than the manga, except for the filler episodes, okay. So, like, if you watch some of the older ones, you've probably sat down to 45 minutes of me bitching about filler episodes. So I try not to talk about it because I don't want to get angry. Like, it makes me so fucking angry when I think about filler episodes. I have proper, like, trigger warning flashbacks. So, except for the filler episodes, I will maybe try to actually watch an episode or two. Thank you for the suggestion. Bloody love your suggestions, by the way. So, a lot of comments on just overview things, what you guys usually draw. Badass armor. Well, castles, dragons, and armor. Toby is fabulous. And a number of other people. You do like your armors and your eyes. Nice. Raven from Teen Titans for an FAF or SAS. Yes. Bubba Boom, I love that you're using both of the new acronyms that I'm trying to switch over to. I do appreciate that. And Takanashi Yu says, can you make a video about the line of the backbone? I mean the spine and how you follow the line when you draw a body on a character. Yes, I know what you mean, and I haven't done it in full detail about the spine in particular, but I have covered the spine line in one of the tutorials about drawing a character from the back or from a side-on perspective. But again, that spine line carries a lot of weight to the character and the flow, so it's a very important thing. So Lloyd says, I just recently started watching your videos and I'm wondering, where do you learn to draw all of this? Anatomy, the right body parts, body proportions and stuff. School of Life, bro! And also art lessons at A-level, and books and stuff and ting. Let's go back down. Wait a minute. God. Wait a little bit longer. I mentioned this book in the last episode. Where is it? Oh, here it is. And I'll mention it again simply because you asked. Figure drawing. So, it's a little bit pricey, I won't lie. But this book that I picked up a couple weeks back, which I've only had a little bit of a play with. Obviously, I've learnt from other sources. But this looks like, in terms of if somebody said choose one book to recommend to somebody, this looks like a pretty good starting point. It's called Figure Drawing, Design and Invention by Michael Hampton. I don't know the guy, he's not paid me or anything. But have a look. Maybe try to pick up a second-hand copy if you can, because books don't need to be perfect when they're tools, and I think this is a bit pricey. But it's really good at covering figure drawing, and it starts off with concepts, shapes, weights, line spaces, and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to be having a lot of a play of that book myself when I get some more time, which never happens. So if I had to recommend one, it would be that for the moment. But have a look around. You can find some like really old anatomy and art books and stuff in like second-hand bookstores, which have loads of pages about muscle structure and stuff. And learning the basic anatomy is really, really important stuff. You don't have to remember the Latin for every different muscle group, but the major ones are good things to know about. XY Furion or Psy Furion says, whenever Mikey draws, the drawings look amazing. Whenever I draw, my drawing looks like a mutilated dick. Ew. How do I get better at this stuff? Stop mutilating your penis for a start, man, and like life just gets better from there. Literally, it's all uphill. Anyways, good video. Thank you very much, sir. Keep it up. Just like some of the other comments we read a bit earlier. You just got to keep at it, bro. Don't make your life miserable doing it. If you don't like one thing and you're feeling a bit like you're hitting a wall, do a different type of drawing challenge, or learn something completely different to draw. If you're getting stuck on heads, learn about poses. If you're getting stuck on gestures, learn about colouring techniques. Just mix it up, and then don't be scared to not draw for a week or something like that. Walk away from it, do something else, go play some football with your mates, and then come back to it later. Joel, has everyone ever commented on one of your works in progress and a comment isn't bad criticism, but it just drains your will to continue the piece? Yeah, of course, man. I was drawing these two characters standing next to each other. Huge size difference between a man and a woman. His bicep was about as wide as her torso, for example. Despite my poor skill, it was going well. Then my friend walks by, sees it, and goes something like, if they had sex, I bet she wouldn't be able to walk for a week. And I just couldn't continue drawing it. Were you drawing them naked, or is your friend just got a bit of a perverted point of view? So... not like that, because he's just applying a scenario to your characters. He's not like said that character looks fucking awful or something like that. He's just created some weird scenario. So I guess I don't have challenges like that, Joel. But yeah, when you're drawing, you're putting out your skills and abilities, and it's a vulnerable thing to do. And people's feedback, unless you kind of learn to have a thick skin to it, and you do massively need to learn to get a thicker skin in the world of drawing and stuff. Otherwise, you're never going to do anything. But yeah, that can always have an effect. So you've always got to bear that in mind, because you can think something's good, and somebody who doesn't understand the amount of time or patience or the skill that goes into it can look at it and just sort of make a snap decision. That's not their fault. That's what everybody does. That's how your brain works. Whether or not they want to see more of it, or they like it, or they're just going to come out with an opinion. And some people can say stuff that feels like it's really cruel, but they won't even have that intention. They're literally just saying what they see, because they're going to be seeing your work with fresh eyes that you're not. I mean, don't get me wrong, they might just be an asshole as well, so ignore them. But yeah, you've always got to just understand that you're going to take in people's feedback, but you need to be quite robust as well. So yeah, that's it basically. Yeah, I know where you're coming from, but you got to get used to it, bro. Simple as that. Dovis99 said, "Sup, Mikey?" Hello, Dovis. I mostly draw fan art of my favourite characters in anime, and they're mostly female because they're so damn cute. Also, I've been addicted to Konosuba lately, so drawing a lot of that. If you haven't seen it, recommend to watch it. It's hilarious and fun. Let's go copy Konosuba. Control-C, new tab. Control-V. Let's have a looky look. Crunchyroll, Konosuba. God's blessings on this wonderful world. What is this? Kami-sama no Sekai? Is this the one where they live and they've got to make bets all the time? They bet on everything. Oh, excuse me, I've had a little burp there. Oh no, maybe I'm thinking of something else. Looks kind of interesting. Alright, I'll leave that tab open for investigations later. Not after, but after I go to the cinema and come back. And then go to sleep all night. After then I'll check. Stephen Cabrera says, "I love how Mikey pronounces my last name correctly. Oh god, I hope I did it again. Most people here in the US don't even try. One time a teacher called me Cabraw and another lad used carburetor." And a disarray of American education. Anyway, back in a DWM 39, your favourite part of manga making would have to be world building too. Something about it has a daydream effect that's oh so pleasing. Yes! You know this, bruv. Absolutely that. I'm not even going to expand on that, just to say that, yeah, you're absolutely right. Fiela says, "Almost every day for 30 minutes, just drawing abstract shapes." Abstract shapes I'm going to go with, but yeah, that's also really good. Whenever you're on the phone for a long time, if you've got a pencil nearby, I tend to draw like weird abstract shapes as well, and then they eventually start turning into people if the call's like really long. And Jellyfish Narwhal says, "I always draw either monsters, faces, or people when I'm bored in class or at home. I'm trying to make a planet with its own ecosystems." Oh, nice one. Talk about world building again. "But I hate drawing herbivores." Fucking herbivores, they're the fucking worst. So all of them are carnivores, which makes a creative block for me. P.S. I love your art. It inspires me to draw better. Oh, thank you. That's very kind to say. I love it when people get into drawing. Also, have I seen the music video Shelter? It's good. Let's do another bit of Control-C, Control-V, my friends. Oh, we'll leave that Konosuba tab up. Video, Shelter, Porter Robinson Madison. Oh, somebody... You know what? I feel guilty now. I've not watched this, but somebody before in an earlier DWM episode, I think, recommended this. Because the moment I've put this in, I've recognised this still YouTube image. I'm just going to have a little talkie break and just sip some coffee. Oh, also, we haven't come up with a theme for this episode. For those of you still listening in, you hardcore crew, bloody love you guys. I'm about halfway through these comments, and I'm skipping a lot of the shorter ones. Mostly, you guys let me know what you like to draw, and I bloody love you all. But obviously, I've got to just kind of keep getting the longer ones, or just keep picking and choosing. So don't ever worry. Obviously, I read all your comments here, and if it's something you definitely want to try to make sure I catch, then just copy, paste it into the next episode, into the comments below this particular video, and we'll see if I can catch it. Done drawing all that Judge Dredd. Probably gonna have to be talking about and or drawing some Ghost in the Shell soon, because that film is coming out and I'm trying to remain positive. I really want it to be good, and that's all I'm going to worry about. I'm going to just think very positive things about this upcoming Ghost in the Shell. It doesn't even have to be brilliant. I just want it not to be crap. That's all I want. If it's not crap, I'm actually going to be very happy that they made that film. But I'm going off topic. So, Minecraft Nazi says, "I literally commented on the last video whilst you're making this one. Probably it was Thursday night. But my question was, have you seen Kuro Mukuro, and also should I play Final Fantasy 15? You should play Final Fantasy 15 if you loved Final Fantasy 7 and or 6 and or 8. and you want to play something that reminds you of those games whilst also being a bit more open world, like say Fallout and stuff, not so dystopian, because for your car you can buy CDs which are the soundtracks to the other albums. That's fucking awesome. Personally, I've stopped making YouTube videos for Final Fantasy 15 because I don't blame anyone. Even I wouldn't sit down and really watch that. I'd rather just play it. They're too long and they're too disinteresting because there's a lot of time driving around in a car, which can kind of take you out of it a little bit if you're not careful. And I tend to get caught up in side quests really easily, so I've not actually gone that far in the plot. Would I recommend it? It's definitely better than 13, and I've enjoyed it so far. So yeah, fuck it, get stuck in. But you're going to need a lot of time for this game, I can tell already. And Kudo Mukuro, no, I've not seen it. Once again with a Control-C, Control-V. Ladies, let's get this in. Kudo Mukuro. What's this, a fighting high school type thing? Oh, it's a mech thing. Oh, we need to. I should be doing some more mech drawings. Of course, we've been talking about mechs a lot in the other episode. Mechs versus mecha. And you guys are giving me some knowledge. This looks pretty badass. Have they made another End of Neon Genesis Evangelion yet? They made the 3 films. Have they done the 4th? I'm going to have to look in. It's been a while since I've watched some anime. Except for when they played Ghost in the Shell in the original Japanese at my local Cineworld. I say local, I've got to drive half an hour. But they fucking showed the filming of that, the screening in Japanese. I was so pleased. I've proper geeked out to that. I'm probably going to try to do an anime cram for the Film Cram channel when I talk about that. But I can't just cram that down. We need to talk about all the concepts it embraces, like identity and transhumanism and individuality and a shared digital conscious environment and all that super cool shit that it touches on. When did that come out? 1995, I think? Bloody hell, that was good times. That came out, Akira was in 1988 and Ghost in the Shell was 1995. Those are the 2 massive 2 pillars of cyberpunk anime. So anyway, Kudo Mukuro, I'm going to leave it on the tab, but maybe I'll look at it. That guy's eyebrows are a little bit too thick, but I have a character like that as well. Should I forgive that, or should I just redesign my own character? Tough, tough, tough. Ziggy Creamer says, hi Mikey, hello Ziggy, love your videos. Thank you very much. I mostly draw girls or shadow figures to help with my poses. Yes, getting poses down and fluid movement is great work. I'm actually working on a piece of art right now for my YouTube channel, Stroke Deviant Art. Excellent. I hope you've uploaded it. Link us to it. Let's have a look sometime. Sky Carl says, enjoying watching and listening when for some reason I've realised I need to make a cup of coffee. Best to you, bro. Best to you too, sir. And Denver Vadri says, I mostly draw new characters to enhance my skills, but plants are my default. Oh, plants. Very good. I haven't heard somebody tell me that they draw plants by default. It's a long, long time. Also, can I get your email address so I can send you some of my Ari? I'm assuming you meant to say art, unless you've cut up a young boy called Ari, and that's disgusting, and I don't want pieces. I'm not into collectibles. P.S. Some of my art are your design entries. Very cool. Dude, Denver, if you are a dude or a woman, I have no idea. The magic of the internet. On my Facebook page, you can submit your art or message me your art as an image in the message there. That's where everybody sends me their stuff, and I'm not. This isn't a joke. This is truth. So do beware. In about 4 months down the line, I eventually get to that message, and then if I like it, I share it with everybody on the Mikey Mega Mega Facebook page. So yeah, get in touch down there. That's a good place to sort that stuff and ting. Intervenom says, every time I see a new video, I'm getting more and more motivated to learn to draw. Brilliant. That makes me really feel more guilty that I've missed out the last My Art Your Design winners episode, but I will work on it weekend. I will try to work on it the weekend, let's say that. And Wild Devon says, good day, Mikey. Good day. Well, my friend Eddie San wanted to know, how long did it take to reach your godlike status and art style, you charmer? Obviously, my art style is nowhere near that. I'm just a amateur with a heart of gold. An amateur who really likes doing art, obviously. And I'm learning like all of you guys. I'm also on the art journey. I keep saying that. And it doesn't matter how long I took. Everyone's got an individual vibe about it. I've only gotten back into it in the last 2 or 3 years since I've been doing YouTube. So YouTube for me has been a very useful way of making myself get back into art because I do love doing it, obviously. And I did art at school years and years and years and years ago, and then studied sort of similar art-ish subjects, but not quite art, a bit more technical stuff in university through sort of architecture, and then kind of came out of it and went into a world of offices and spreadsheets and things, and then realised that drawing's way more exciting than any of that. Unless you make a really good calculator in Excel, like you need to get some set of data to do something. If you make like a really good calculator, then you do feel like a badass boss in the office. Sleepycat29 says, I tend to draw traditional Japanese objects, fashion, etc. Really big fan of Edo art. Yeah, what, classic like Edo arts? Because yes, I know what you're getting at. Lacquerware and things like that. And kintsugi, is it? The art of broken and mended pottery. Oh, it's so cool. Anyway, I've spent probably hundreds of dollars on art books of Edo artists. Oh, good on you. Good on you. I hope you're actually making use of them and working from them and stuff. Let's keep scrolling through your comments. Bella the Fangirl says, I only draw people, mostly just their head, neck and shoulders and the occasional body. I cannot draw objects. Once I tried to draw my lamp and it looked like an abortion. Oh my god. Wow, you really need to just separate the two. Unless, of course, you've like been in a back alley once before. In like Prohibition 50s when women didn't quite have their rights yet, and you saw a horrible abortion, but you maybe got confused with a weird IKEA dream, and then what came out was just like a lovely folding like 2-tier lamp set, but it was all covered in like amniotic fluid. I don't know where I'm going with that, but basically your mind is disgusting and mine is clean, and it's definitely you who's at fault for coming up with that disgusting image. Bella the Fangirl, disappointed in you. Agua Temala Chavez. Oh, I remember struggling with your name before. Hey Mikey, whenever I start to doodle, I most likely end up with some fantasy landscapes. Distant mountains and dragons and stuff, or dead trees surrounded by fog. Ooh, creepy, mysterious stuff always in your mind. Very good. I do like that, actually. I don't do enough landscapes and backgrounds myself, so whenever I see people do that, and like make it quickly as well, I'm very impressed a lot of the time. I do like a good bit of atmosphere. Joshua Tyler says, sadly I can colour and make pictures pop better than I can draw, and I've been drawing for years. Everyone's got their skills, dude. Work on it. Make that your strength. And David Leopold says, this style is so epic, man. Thank you very much. What did I do? What did I draw last episode? Oh yeah, just like borderline tattoo design skull stuff. I guess a few tattoo commissions will pile on, you know. At least I freaking love it, mate. Oh, I'm really, really pleased. I have done a couple tattoo designs for people before. But like when you do art designs for people, I'll just like, yeah, I'll do you a commission and I draw some stuff. When it's a tattoo design, whatever I draw, as I give it to them, I'm just like, are you 100% sure? Maybe you should think about it because it's such a permanent thing to do. And I almost do my best to talk them out of it because I don't want them hating me for their design like 3 years down the line. Or discovering the fact that if you look at the right angle, I've drawn a secret penis. But yeah, a few tattoo commissions have been requested from me before. It's not my personal strongest ever point, but I do enjoy that kind of thing as well. Although, there's two things. I've got like this 2-thing list of things that I'm not allowed to buy when I'm drunk. One of them is a paintball gun, because you can buy them if you know where to look online. And if I was drunk, I didn't stop myself, I'd buy myself a paintball gun, and then I'd accidentally shoot myself in the eye, and I'd be like that kid you always hear about when you go paintballing and lost their sight. So I definitely don't want to do that. I'm not allowed to get a paintball gun. And the other thing I'm not allowed to buy is, when I'm drunk, a tattoo gun and ink, because I would definitely buy that when I'm drunk, and I'd definitely dive in and like start tattooing other drunk people or working on myself, and it would be a fucking nightmare. Those are my two niche I'm not allowed to get unless I'm sober and I know the password or something like that. Like, I'll have to leave my credit card with a friend who like checks my blood alcohol levels before I ever do anything like that. 11 Jinjin says, in The Walking Dead. Oh, okay. I need to be careful before I continue reading your comment, because I have not seen last Monday's episode 2. So I never thought, I'm really scared reading this because I don't want any spoilers. That's so funny, dude. You hadn't seen episode 8. Yeah, no, I completely missed out. That was fucking mental. I don't know what's wrong with me. I never thought Gabriel would be such a dope character. Yay, stepping up. The nature of the show, I guess. Fun fact, since you mentioned the hospital season, Beth has been nominated for Best Supporting Actress Award. In that same list was a woman that plays Carol, and also the girl that plays Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones. The woman that plays Carol won. Oh, what do you know? Who is Dany Targaryen? I forget the actress. Emily something. She's lovely. She's so lovely. And really randomly, I was watching like an Oliver Harper video, like a film channel on here that I tend to follow now. And they do audio commentaries to films. And they did one to Batman and Superman, the extended cut or ultimate cut. And they mentioned that both of the actors that play Bruce Wayne's parents, John Wayne. Oh wait, that's an actual actor. What's his dad called? What's Bruce's dad? Something Wayne. We'll call him William. William Wayne. And Martha Wayne, his mum. Both of them are Walking Dead actors. I'd never seen it. One of them's Negan. And the other one's, I think it is Carol. Is Carol the one having a baby? Let's have a look. No, because if you type just the word Carol into the internet, it doesn't really show you everybody. Oh, Carol's the older one. Who's the one? Oh, you know what? I don't even fucking care. I'll have a look in a little bit. But yeah, Walking Dead parents. And then it started reminding me that Superman's parents, both his real dad and his Krypton dad, both of them have played Robin Hood. He's got 2 Robin Hood dads. It's fucking mind-blowing. Anyway, Franny G says, Mike, can you check out an artist called Mark Brunette? I think you'd really like his stuff and also really like this video. Let's look at Mark Brunette. Control C, Control V. I try not to get into the... I mean, I'm doing it a lot this episode. I try not to get in the habit of endlessly following your links because then it stops me from reading through your comments. Oh my god, yep, some of this art is amazing. Of course it is. Oh, it's not a huge amount of it. It's mostly repeats of similar pictures. It looks like this guy does character game design stuff. Oh, he's a 3D CG artist skilled guy as well. Yes, thank you very much for the suggestion. This I will also leave the tab up. Ah, you know what? Yeah, okay, so basically on this ArtStation link, and to be fair, Franny G, you'll probably know exactly what I'm talking about. I can see a still already, and it's like a tiny little fairy woman creature thing being born out of some weird alien looking plant, and it's super close up, and it's got a scientist like using tools to open it up, and the scientist is looking in the background. I've seen this dude's video, time-lapse video, when he made this particular image, and it's so fucking cool. The quality of this art and the depth and everything to it was really, really good. Yeah, I know who this artist is. I know who Mark Brunette is. I didn't off the top of my head, but the second I've started looking at this, I've realised, yes, I've watched a lot of his videos. He's very, very good. Delondo Davis, have you seen Gantz? Yes, sir, I have. Indeed, I have a few issues here in French and Japanese, and will probably now be doing some DWM, SAS and FAF Gantz stuff, because you know why. And Vic Art says, what do you do about art block? Dude, I wish we had time to answer that question, but we're hitting our kind of 45-minute window. Basically, a bit similar to what I was saying to that other lad a bit earlier on, in that if you can't draw the thing you want to draw, you don't know what to draw, try drawing something else, take up an art challenge, or just walk away. Don't stress yourself out with your artwork. You're supposed to enjoy it, or at least that's my ethos. I do art because, A, I enjoy it, obviously, and you can design stuff and it's fucking awesome, but also because it's really therapeutic and you kind of get lost in the moment a little bit. And if I don't feel that, and I haven't got like a deadline that I'm supposed to complete something to, go off and do something else with your day, and then come back to it later. Don't sit there forcing yourself, otherwise you won't have fun. Xavier Frosty says, I tend to draw stiff character sketches. Oh yeah, Mikey, have you ever thought of doing some remastered art tutorial? Just ask. Remastered art tutorial? Wait, what do you mean? Wait, what do you mean? I don't get it. Have you ever thought of doing some remastered art tutorial? Like getting some of my old tutorials and just doing better versions of them with, you know, better visuals, cleaner audio and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I do think that sometimes, because a lot of my older videos are some of the most popular because they've been around for so long and they get more clicks because they've already got more views. And they're not the best quality because they're really, really old. And now I make stuff that hopefully, I like to think, is better audio and better visuals. But it's the older stuff I get a lot of people join with. So I leave it out there. In terms of redoing it, yes. But we've got to look forward in life. We've got to keep stepping forward. There's a huge amount of tutorials on the to-do list to do. Oh my goodness. There's a show more button on these comments that I haven't pressed. And the comments have... Oh God. Thank God. I thought I'd opened up all of the comments to the last week's video. But it was only about 5 or 6 I was missing. So, Shin Uploads is always having a hard time drawing ahead. Oh, harsh dude. And Cadiz Strand says a YouTube channel said 25 minutes long. Then I open a video and it's 54 minutes. Best start ever to a day. You're getting lied to. My videos are so long, yeah. But DWM is obviously just, as you've just experienced, a long ramble of me reading your comments. It is a pleasure as ever. But we have come to the end of said comments, almost. Because the extra thing I have to do now is I've got to scroll all the way to the top. And where it says there are some comments waiting for approval, I have to click on this link because my thing's still not fixed. When YouTube hides some of your comments, it's not me deleting them. It like puts it into this holding kind of pen for me to check to see whether or not they're spam. And I don't really care. I allow all comments on here as a general setting. But I can't at the moment tick the box that means they're okay and they go back into the channel. So I have to just double check this like sluice off point. Philip Hoyers says, hey Mikey. Hello Philip. I'm currently at uni. The software I use for making 3D models is generally ZBrush and 3ds Max. Dude, I used to be fucking slick at 3ds Max back in the day, and then I've forgotten all the skills. For animation, 3ds Max, motion builder, and motion capture data. Hashtag hardcore crew. And a link to your YouTube channel with your stuff and ting. I don't usually follow links, sir, but Philip Hoyes, as you're one of the last comments of the day, I will make an exception. Ooh, testing out walk cycle skills. Creating menu systems. Oh, that's actual genuine game building. You're going to get into not, or, and if scenarios soon. Good on you, sir. Good on you. Very nice, Philip. And Dragon's Law Studio says you should check out Fire Alpaca. It's a free art program as well, and it's all you use when you're drawing. freealpaca.com/n, and you've made a brush pack for it on your DeviantArt. Hashtag shameless plug. Dragon Law Studios, I'll also have to have a check in future. Well, guys, I've read most of your comments. We've come to the end. It has been a pleasure as always. I hope you guys have been getting on with your own artwork in the background. I mean, it's kind of a point. We have a chat, not like a chat. It's like a long distance letter chat where it's every week you say something, I say something. But I hope you guys have gotten on well with your own projects. I always want to hear when you're working on your own artwork. But of course, you can talk to me about anything in this channel. All comments are accepted. Not because it's a smart idea, but simply because I don't do any preparation before this video and I simply read whatever you guys have written. So get involved if you want me to read what you've got to say next time around. I'm probably already thinking I'm going to put some Ghost in the Shell artwork in a sketchbook. And at the time of recording this, I haven't actually tried yet, so it might still be the old intro, but maybe there was a new introduction to this video and slightly different thumbnails. Because I've had some feedback from a very nice guy at YouTube HQ in the UK, and so I'm trying to just mix up the thumbs a little bit better. So let me know what you think of them, if they're any more attractive or anything like that. You know, if they look better to click on, basically. Oh, analytics. All right, everybody, I've got to go watch some films. Peace out. Bye bye.